Okay, welcome. Right, gotta remember what I was doing. Click, three things to do. Click, and then here. Click, and then also go here. Welcome, welcome. There we go. Okay. Now we should be pretty good. I think. Alright, yeah, it's just always these openings that are like a little awkward just because I gotta set everything up. A lot of these I can't really set up. Well, I guess most of these I could, but I think it's better to do it like once I'm kind of going, you know? But anyway, we'll get started right now. Alright, we'll see. Everything's going there. I get so paranoid about everything. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. Looks like the chat still is always weird with that, but anyway. Welcome. You know me, it's like trying to get back onto it, but it's always weird. Takes a couple minutes to get back into the groove of things. Yeah. So, right now it's just hello. That's Star and Cookie. How you guys doing? Push that up a little bit more. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. I don't know if there's a button to like turn off that weird screen thing. Hi, Flamer. Once everything kind of gets going, with you guys jumping in, I can talk about. Ooh, we can talk about the movie. Yeah, this animation is looking pretty good. This is across the board, I guess. I got a long eyebrow. I guess it's not really a pilot. It's the prologue to a much longer story, so buckle for that. I noticed some of you guys were a little bit confused or didn't know what's going on. That's great. Most of the stuff in there, like most of the storybook stuff, will be those little bits we introduce later on of what those kind of characters are and what their motives is and who they are. So it's okay to be confused by that, but if you're confused by who is this blonde horse flying around, why is she like, you know, flying? Then that's a different thing. Yeah, cute. I'm only good at cute things, or I just really can hone in on that. Yeah, the gag's really fun. A lot more when you spice it up with music or like add little sound effects. I'm noticing where when she like falls off the bed, and then it's like, oh, I could just have little trills or xylophones going doo 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 doo, and you know, little symbols and stuff. So that in the audio like actually pluses it way more. And you kind of get like used to the jokes, or like they become less funny the 1,000th time that you've been going through it and scrubbing through it. So that's good to like have new eyes look at it and see that some parts are funny. But yeah, all kind of came really together once I put the music in, which sort of toot my own horn, but I composed 90% of it. The only thing I didn't compose was the intro, which is pretty much fairly straight from Super Mario World. That's the only thing. Everything else is original as far as I can tell. I'm not the most music fluent to recognize if a tune that I have, or like if I have a melody of certain notes, I wouldn't know immediately if that's this song, you know. So if it sounds sort of close to something else, I might be making a reference with the music instead. So hopefully that's a good thing. But most of the time it should be original and should feel pretty cohesive with the structure of it. But yeah, the first part is usually the weakest, just because you're not knowing what really you're doing. So I started to work on the second part. Hi, Charles. started to work on the second part today. Added some little bits to the background and little details that I didn't have before, like redoing stuff. So, not that much way in animation in that terms, but trying to see if I can polish it up as I go, you know. Because the animation in the second part is 80% done for what I have. I need to add a lot more incidental ponies and crowds and other bits, and then add like one more shot of like having a conductor. Just add more characters into it because why not? So, oh hi Javico. Yeah. Let's see. I do live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I started 5 minutes ago. So they start at the same time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time. And I go for an hour. So I probably should be getting onto this, but once everyone kind of joins in, then I can really get into it. Okay. Is that a new intro? That's just for the movie. I have no plans to make the like regular monthly Derpy or whatever cartoons. So, but if I do end up doing that, then I would probably make like some simpler version of it, maybe, or like just, you know, level of detail everything on it to make it look less fancy than the movie, to make the movie look more cinematic, I guess. But yeah, thanks for noticing that the intro is looking a little slicker with that. Even like only like a couple days before I uploaded it, I even changed the intro animation or just added like one effect to it to be a little bit different. So yeah, so things have been changing very up to the last minute. But yeah, hi guys. I can show you what we got in this animation so far. See if this works. Oop. I've got the storyboards on, but you can. It helps a little bit. So around now it stops. Then she'll do it again because I didn't add all the time into that. But that's about as far as we got, and you can see the storyboards of what else we need to do to this project. So. Yeah, so I was saying, look at the movie, the second part is, I'm sure I'll find more stuff, but I think it's more than halfway complete. So that'll give you like some kind of benchmark. I hope that it's more complete than later ones, but when I first started it last month with the first part, it was less done. So it's kind of in the middle. And I showed you it's on the train, is what that whole section will be. So the whole section of that will just be the train chase and everything. So, and you saw that little Blender update live stream that I did. So it's going to be that. But I'm going to add more details and more superfluous, I suppose, details into everything. Instead of focusing on, I guess, story in some parts, or like explaining things more thoroughly or slowing things down, I'm going to make everything look really good. Yeah. So, but hopefully the story parts in the second part and going forward will be more straightforward. Hang on. Got ice cubes now. Wait. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, the story will be more straightforward, where I can explain it, but I think it'll be spoilers for, there'll be less exposition, at least in the second part, but I think the third part will have more exposition, or another kind of, let's explain something that won't make sense even until later kind of stuff. The furry creatures that were in the first part, in the prologue, they don't show up until like the last or second to last part, so yeah, so that gives me time to like redo like their character designs, but the other like the shadowy figure that like comes up to get the furry's crown jewel, that character actually shows up in the next part. So I'm sure you won't miss him. But yeah, they'll be the shadowy figures will be more prominent throughout the entire thing, more so than like the furry mongooses. So not to be confused with the nagas that were saying that the snake half guys are. So that'll be spoilers for that. I just said. But yeah. There's some. I wanted to make it some sort of like a bigger story, so I had to go further than she delivers a mail and then it's a big story. How do you make that? So it's like, well, what if it's a delivery to another place far away and that we never encountered these characters before, and then it becomes a big plot like that, and then world scale stuff. So excited to work more on it so I can get to that part where it gets more interesting, I suppose. But yeah, the first part has been probably the weakest part. So just because it wasn't intended to be one snippet. It was supposed to be like you go from there and then it leads into transitions into the next part, and you're just gradually settling into like what's going on, and then you're thrust into the next act or like the next key moment kind of thing. So you never really have time to have this break that's in real time sort of a thing. So, and that's the only like sort of issue with doing it this way, is that the way that this is set up where they don't where I can't because it's split up, I can't have that nice gradual like, and then we do this bit and then this bit. It's like, nope, and now it's, you have time between, and then people can like it and criticize it at the same time. So that's the only like downside, and I can't really say, oh yes, what you watched is only like a small part, literally like a tenth of it. So I hope you stick around and watch the rest of it, because that'll also be just as fun, I hope. Good thing is that I already designed the whole thing anyway, so there's less changes, or I don't have to like write the next part, you know. It's like I already have everything drafted and everything's pretty much in storyboard, unless I want to add like small parts or whatever else I need. So these parts should have been longer, and it would take longer to upload then. But I see your point that having it be a little bit longer would have been good, but you already got like 2 minutes in the first part, so be happy for that, alright? The next part is about a minute, so it's going to be on a slightly shorter, unless I have like I already added an extra part, so it's already going to be pretty long, but shorter than the first part. But it's going to be more plot development, more so. So the first and second part are like exposition, and then like get the ground running to propel the rest of the story. So that's the only like fault in this sort of way that I'm doing it, is that sort of happens. So but yeah. Are we into HL3? Maybe. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure that I get a third part in here. Not too worry about that. I'll try my best to get part 3 completed, so that doesn't happen. Alright. Anyway, in this bit, Appleloom's walking off screen. Sorry I didn't explain any of that. What I'm doing. Basically just had her walk off. There we go. And then this might actually be pretty long. It might only be 20 to 30 seconds with the whole thing. Doo-doo-doo. But yeah. So, if there's any like questions outside of the storybook with the prologue, I guess I'll be open for that for you guys. Anyway, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Let's see. Anything screen encounter, anything to see live actions? I know they appeared in collapse. Yes. Recently in BronyCon, I guess last summer, or how did that work? Yeah, had to be. It's not this year. Summer wasn't in this year, but yeah. Sorry. What? Yeah, in BronyCon I had 2 things that were live. I had Solidarity, which was the 100 or so collaborators working on an PMV. So I was part of that, so I was able to get my 4 seconds of fame out of that. 51. 50 still. And then, yeah, I was part of a collab with that. But the other thing was also a collab, but but I had a much bigger job with the Fall of Celestia, which I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about it, but it's the biggest project that I've been part of. So, gotta talk about it somehow. So we're working on Fall of Celestia since like 2017 or something. And we're nearly done. We want to premiere that. Ooh, segue. And at BabsCon, I think, the one in April. So depending on whether we actually finish it, it's another story. We're very, very close that it's like doable, but we'll have to get all hands on deck and everything to be able to really get it for sure pretty good done. The other option is just to say like, oh, and then this happened, and then have a white screen or something. So we don't want that. We want to get that to be done. And then basically it depends whether or not we finish it or not is whether I'm actually going to be going to BabsCon, which I've never gone to before. So we don't know, that's in California, so it's relatively close to me in Seattle, but you know, that's gotta jump over Oregon for a bit. You know, good. But yeah. So with the Solidarity and that was really fun. That was like a big party of like everyone was able to you know, cheer for everyone. It's like, oh, it's that person, wah, and it was like Yoshi. And then my dad was like, woo! So, my parents went to BronyCon too, and they obviously recognized when it was my part. So, that was really fun. Well, let's figure out how this works. And then the other part was screening the trailer for Fall of Celestia. And that was like pretty okay. We didn't have the lights off, so that took like 10 seconds or 20 seconds to get that off, and by then no one understood what was going on. So I was unfortunate with that at the same time that happened. So but I think people were like, yeah, it was at a TF2-ish panel, or like the people who do the animation, or like the animation where they have the people who and analyzers, analysis people do TF2 parodies. So it might have been not the right exact crowd to do that at. To have like this like 30-minute like drama of like this fan fiction that if you have no clue what's going on, you're gonna not know from even from that trailer kind of things. So what was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the animation panel. One of those. It was in maybe like a Saturday, I think. But yeah, that was really fun with the solidarity, because that was like a big party to like screen everyone's like the panels. Like each panelist at that one had like their short or like their they're like almost finished stuff, and they're like really hammered it in. That's like it's almost finished, but we're gonna watch this and it's gonna go to boards or it's gonna disappear for like a couple of minutes, but then it's gonna come back. And then I'll get it done, you know. So, and then it's green solidarity, and that was really fun. Trying to get the trees wiggling again. So how does this work? Let's grab this, and then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So yeah, the probably wasn't the best or like the best reaction because of all the weird bits there, but. I'm sure someone liked it. You're watching it making a little woo when you purr the beard. Yeah, thank you. I went through a couple of iterations of that one. I don't know if I really went into the development of that one, of 4 seconds worth of nonsense. With the solidarity one where having the basically doing anything that we wanted, within reason. Obviously, if you had a part that was like a lyric part, then you could have a character sing, or you just have them not. So I luckily had a short one that didn't have any lyrics, so I just did whatever I wanted. Boop, boop, boop. Did I do half off bus thing in DC? I went to DC, but I didn't do the bus, I don't think. How did we get there? Did we do a train? We did the train. Yeah. Apparently there's a really cute train that goes Baltimore to DC. Was it a subway? I remember taking like a lot of different ways. We didn't do that then. It was not a bus thing. It was taking a bus to a subway and then taking another bus, or we walked from the subway. Yeah. Yeah, so we took a bus to a subway and then we just walked to DC Harbor, whatever. There's all harbors. But you know. That changes. Move that there, and then we gotta bring back Sweetie Belle and Rarity. Let's get them back in. Find out what layers are on. Let's bring them there. Okay. But yeah. You're about that day. Yeah. Okay, yeah. What's the Metro? Use Metro. Metro sounds like the bus. But I remember taking something. It was like an underground like tunnel kind of a thing, and we're like there for like 10 minutes just waiting. So I remember that. I don't know if that was directly connected or something happened. Maybe that was when we're already in DC, and that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you take a long train thing? But it did take some kind of a train at some point too. It got really confusing. Metro was the underground train. Okay, so in Seattle we got a Metro as our buses. That's what we call them. I don't know if it's different, but regardless, is that kind of confusing with that. Let's tint them with a different color so then they blend in better. So now we gotta flip them, and this is where we do the bees. everything. Okay. Sweetie Belle is gonna be happy, and then Rarity is gonna have a bunch of bees on her. But yeah. DC was, you know, beautiful. Got to see the Christmas tree. That was fun. Just look like a tree. I don't know. Let's see what we got. So I could do that. And then they walk. Trying to figure out what frame do they end. So that'd be here. Try to figure this out. Should be on the second. 2-second here. That's where this will start. Okay, good. We don't have passenger trains in Michigan? Where's Michigan? Oh, okay. I was like, is Michigan close to DC? Yeah. Yeah, so our Seattle buses, I think, are Metro. At least that's one of them. That we call them. So, if it's not exactly that, then that's okay. Or if it's something else. Okay, now gotta go look it up. Seattle Metro. What do I get? The first thing I get is it's a picture of a bus. Let's try images. Yeah. Yeah, this is our buses. See if I get a big picture of that. That's our downtown Seattle, Northgate. So there's like these purple and yellow buses. That's a little different, I'm not sure. This is more the iconic one for me. These purple and yellow buses. If I get a little bigger. Yeah. This is what I'm used to. Like, when I hear Metro, this is usually the first thing I think of. Oh, cool bus stream. I just want to prove a point. This is what I'm thinking when I hear Metro. It's like, I don't think of underground train things. This is just a city traveler bus. Here we go. It's not an underground train. This is important. Okay. Sorry. So I wanted to prove that point of these trains are. Metro does not mean train. Maybe it just means something that, like a passenger type of thing, like you're saying. Let's see. What do I want? I think I want to have these ones changed. I'm using frame picker, which is box behind you. Behind your chat. There we go. And then there, and then there. And I can get rid of the eyebrows, or eyelashes, and leave the eyebrows. So now she's slightly happy. There we go. Okay. So now she's posed, and then she'll just walk, I guess. You have a monorail and it goes in a circle. Kind of big mover. In Seattle, we have a monorail. I think it just does either a straight loop up and down, or it might be, or like it has 2 tracks, but then it just goes in a very short loop that literally gets next to each other of it going each way. And that's the something that I don't really know. I think it's just a monorail. It doesn't really have a name, I suppose. Let's look it up. It goes through the EMP, which is now the Mopop. I'm gonna see if it has a name or not. Oh, that's really zoomed in now. Seattle Center monorail. Yeah. Oh, that's starting to snow. Check this out. Here's our monorail. There's a bunch of snow. So it goes through to EMP, which is this really crazy building, but it has a bunch of pop culture and Smithsonian style exhibits and stuff. So it just goes at a very, like, they're literally like next to each other, going back and forth. Oh, that one fell over. But yeah, it goes that close to the Space Needle. So I've been on that a lot of times. It's like a tourist thing to like check out Seattle kind of a thing. Rarity has walk. I want him to walk. Let's see. What is this? That's a walk. Good. Okay. I will have one of those, please. So the sweet will not have walk? That's okay. Well, I can just tint it to be this color, and then we'll figure it out. Let's put it one there. So this will be neutral, and then I'll get rid of the legs, and then put this one with the tint 100%, 100% tint, and then she can walk. So I have to adjust it, but there we go. Okay, we'll get it. Disney World. Yeah, Disneyland had the monorail people mover, exactly. Yeah, Detroit people mover. Let's see. Here's a visual reference for you guys. Where is this? People mover. Oh, it's really tiny. So those little box ones. Yeah, the Seattle ones were more streamlined and more Disney shaped. And that's really cool. Is 3 mile operates. It's 2 cars. Oh, okay. And then that's really awkward. I will add other leg. Let's make it a little bit darker. It's probably too much. Let's get this color. And then we tint it to here. And then that should work. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's kind of like a skip now. Let's see. Yeah, it should work. This has 15 frames. So half of 15 is 7. So it's like a weird loop to it, but it should work. I think somewhere else I had a better walk on one of them. I think it was Halloween video. I like redid the walk cycles just because like these ones were like really bad, or I wasn't really happy with how they worked. Let's see. Mirror installs a people mover. Derpy gets evolved somehow. Yeah, maybe she's like the music man who like gets to wear all monorails. Get those installed. Back. Let's get that in. That's small. There we go. Maybe it's supposed to be the other way actually. Like that. Okay. That's really awkward. Maybe I should have you guys hold on while I open the Halloween video, and then I can steal the walking legs, because that might actually be better. Because what this is not quite fluid. It kind of works as a skip, so maybe I can use this as a skip one, and then have rarities be more of a slow walk. That's really weird. Okay. You guys get me in chat and I'm never gonna get out. You gotta do something. Cut 3 miles in a circle. Ah. Yeah, the other one is sort of like that too, where it doesn't go anywhere. It actually like stops at like a mall or like a shopping center. So it's like, hey guys, you got out of the you finished your monorail trip. Hey, guess what? You're already inside of a mall. Why don't you peruse around a little bit? Yeah. So they get you with that. I really want you to just stay there and buy all the bits. But the other end, I think, just goes to a station, so it's like really weird. Of like either you get there at this faraway station to get on the monorail, or you go all the other way. It's like takes like 15 minutes for it to go one way or the other. But it ends at this nowhere station, or basically like a shopping center. From what I remember. I haven't been there in a while, but that's what I remember, that it just being really weird like that. Alrighty, it's okay. Let's see what you got. Nope. Let's get some whole lot more time. Need plenty of time to do it. Alright. Okay. Boopity boop. Hockey stadium to a casino. Oh wow. Yeah. I just had this like weird nostalgia, like wanting to go back. Because I was having a meeting with the Folly team, and we kind of just split up at a point where then it's just like, hey, what if we just kind of like, you know, evolved into like talking about like our towns and stuff. Like, so I started talking about my town, and it's like, oh yeah, we got the Armory, which turned into like this tourist place for like international people. It was a real armory at one point, but then it now is like this converted like meetup point for a lot of people who were for the businesses to like sell their stuff. And also for a lot of kids to hang out at a transformed armory. That's weird. Ask a question, sure bet. If it's a, you know, respectable one. Arsenal. Make sure and take. Oh, cool. Actually, I'm gonna hang on so I can get the other walk cycle. So I have to open it, so I'm not sure if it'll open my file explorer, and I don't want you to look at that. So, hang on. I'm still here. It's just random whether or not the file explorer opens in front of the screen or not. So I'm sure there's a reason, but it's just easier this way. I did the right one. Okay, good. Let's open Nightmare Night, save 3. If you have a question there, don't wait for me. So I'm not. Okay. Just one sec. It's loading it, so there's not much to see right now anyway. But okay. Here's a Halloween one. Hopefully, I think I should be able to. Let's go inside rarity for a bit. Open the Halloween one. Open my walks. Now I see like I got a lot more walks. Let's bring this out, and then let's get this out. Yeah, see, these are so hard to see with the colors. Let me tint it. See this color. Oh, 100%. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Chat always resets when I do that. or like the positions and stuff. Yeah, it's a little more smooth. Feels more weird. But anyway, yeah. Now I can use these bits. So that's what I'm saying. It takes just as much time to like create these things as much as to animate it. Even though I'm having to like use all these pieces like this. They've already made, but it just saves time like that. Is my heater too loud? Oof. Oof. Yeah, don't get political. Even though it's perfectly fine of what you're saying, but you know. Get rid of legs. I don't need legs. Maybe I do. Let's see. And then put that there. A little bigger. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So kind of push the positions of these a little bit. And then once I kind of get these sort of going, then I can just copy these, paste, move over, put this on top, tint them a little bit darker to this color. Surprisingly, this would actually be slightly faster than just actually animating this and then putting it in. This is way quicker. And we gotta walk. It's like a weird high step, but that's okay. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, it's fine. If I was gonna spend like, you know, much more time on it, then I might have wanted to fix that, but it's gonna be fine. Definitely emulates walking, so that's okay. Oh, okay. That's fine then. So this is the... Let me make a duplicate, actually. Not swap. Well, maybe swap to normal. Normal doesn't have hat. We need hats. We need hat rarity, and then we duplicate it, and then we're gonna call this bees. And then this will be our B1, our B version. So the story is that they go on a camping trip, and then they like go off screen and have a nice adventure in the woods or whatever, this forest on the edge of Apple Lakers. And then weird joke of Rarity comes back full of bee stings. For no real reason, but just to be funny with that. So, see what our reference is with that, and then we'll recreate that in 15 minutes. You got it. Let's see. Does this have... Please, may I have a half-open lid? I do not. That's okay. We'll just have to make it. Alright. How do we do that? We'll have to make a duplicate of each of these, and then I'm gonna call each of these differently. B version. Start with here. So let's start over. So we don't need. Let's start over with nothing, and then we'll get the right there, a little lower, and then I'll just get this to look half open like that. With just this, and then it works pretty well because we already got eyeliner, so it doesn't feel out of place, you know. They're not in the same layer, but that's okay. I can just do that Or I can leave that open and then just color that. There we go. So it already looks pretty Garfield-y, you know? We have like low lids. Let's make a new one that doesn't have the blue. Look at this version and then get that. That's one eye. Let's get the cheek. Let's get a bigger version of the cheek. Okay. Let's see. That's for days. Lovely tubes. Mm-hmm. Oh, they have streams now? That'd be cool. I'll say I'm not exactly into that either. I don't know. I'm interested in that kind of anime stuff, but I'm not sure if I want to get that far into it, you know? This is B version. Here we go. So the mistake I did last time was that I just drew it on the same layer. So I'll make sure to click the other one. And then draw it. So here we go. We got it now. And it should be on top, so it shouldn't be clipping. Because it's underneath. But yeah. I haven't watched anime in a while. Probably should get back onto that. Why? Oh, okay. I know why exactly. And then these need to be still like that. Jesus looks tired now, but that's okay. We'll keep going. Maybe she is tired, but also full of bees. That's pretty good. I never really done an expression like that before. At least it is extreme. It's gonna get more now. We can go further. Don't like having the eyebrows clip. There's usually a thing of like I kind of sure tell to see if someone's a novice or like a beginner to like animating, especially with pony puppets where they have like the eyebrows be like this or like in a weird position where like it'll just like at the right side here where the place that should be hiding anything that's over the eye, you know, it's supposed to be hiding it, but they just put it in a weird place that like clips the actual eyebrow. So try to put it where the eyebrow is with that art, and then just lift it into position. So and that looks better, huh? Some people do like that. If you do that, I'm sorry that I'm calling you out, but it's not the right way to do that. So, what color are bee stings? Like, I was just gonna do them red. Let's do it on the horn or something first. So I have a new layer, probably on top of everything. Probably just make like little bumps. Probably like pretty low opacity. That doesn't have opacity. As easy to see as this one. So like probably making something like that. Trying to make these weird like bumps everywhere. Like if you're allergic to bees. What would it look like? Let's make that smaller. But I can still kind of see it. It's a little bit weird that it is transparent. So maybe we could just make it there, but then just make it more something like that. Like we have a hump. Maybe we could do linear gradient, where this is white, and this is white, and then in the middle, it's red. Oh, no, that doesn't really work, because then it does that, and that's not right. So I want it to look more to that. Maybe lighter. Maybe. I have a feeling what that link is. Alex. It works far away, but yeah, up close it doesn't really work. Up there. Maybe if it's this color, and then we put it, nope, on there. So it'll be the skin color, which is pretty close to it, but now it's just a little bit like that. Like kind of has fall off maybe. That's the Harry Partridge Bee Man. Oh no, I lost my thing. Ah! Oh no. I left my studio link. It should be good now. Hopefully. Oh no. Okay. That doesn't go anywhere. What? The link you sent doesn't work. I thought that's what it was. Was that it? Maybe it didn't animate it. Anyway, wow, how do I do? I want to not look up beat stings, but might have to. Ugh. 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 Ooh. What? It's like a, okay. So if it's just like a, that, but then maybe smaller? So it makes like a circle around it. And then outside of it. Okay. I think it works. I couldn't get it to work. It like went to like in 404 or something. Or like this link isn't found kind of a thing. Ah. I want to get rid of the green. There you go. And then let's change this into a linear gradient. That's closer to what I saw on the thing. So this is probably good. It's a good start. Like that. So that makes the size of it smaller. Now make it bigger. Let's make it less. There we go. I think that works a little better. Okay. And we just make it a little smaller. That's like a nice, weird pimple thing. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, it's too small. Couldn't even see it. Okay. Let's make this a symbol. Bee sting. Okay. So now I just bring this as a symbol, so now it doesn't like blow up whenever I try to move it. And I just gotta put this everywhere I see it fit. Yay. When's that's going? How we doing? Oh, Nicolas Cage. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that then. Oh, that was the... Well, what's the problem? We gotta get the bees. A formal party with the absence of bees? Some bees should do the trick. I thought it was that one. Yeah! Alright, that's looking okay. Because it's a symbol, we can change it indefinitely. Woohoo! Or like change how it looks. Now choose Rudolph. Okay. And draw like, maybe like couple more. Okay. Well, videos will come off as what I want it to be. There we go. We can add some, maybe to the body or something. Maybe it'll just be your face. I don't know. It's supposed to be animates. You might not see it as well. So I think I'll just keep it to the face. That's kind of what I had in storyboards anyway. Or like I kind of had some on her legs, but I think because it animates it'll be confusing. So I'll just keep it at that. Okay. Good. Uh-huh. There you go. Okay. Yeah, we're all cleaning. Okay. Where are we? I get rid of the Halloween videos. It doesn't take up more memory. These things of buses is what you get on this stream. Then it becomes evening, and then they walk, and then probably want to figure out what happens next. Where this will need to be a bit more time. That's not the right button. So boop, boop. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Okay. We're nearly there. Not really. It's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take some time. I'm gonna have her start there, animate a bit, and then they take to about here to get to there, and then here. Speedball pops just a bit, and then this should be smooth. So, boop boop. Or is that too weird? Hang on. Let's make it like 2, so it won't be that much. Boop boop. Or maybe make it like half her head and then pop. But then this could be as well. So it'll be like her head. Okay, I got it. And then something happens after that. Doo-doo-doo. That's a bit quick for a walk cycle. Let's get to there. So I have to make this much longer. Doo-doo-doo. 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 Let's do it slow. It's pretty good for that. So Sweetie Belle is probably going to be... Nope. Sweetie Belle is probably going to be faster. So it should be back. Ray should be here. And then... it should be left behind. This is the only problem of like doing these kind of walk cycles, that they take a while to like look right, because you're just literally having a walk cycle that's moving in place and then trying to move it forward, and so sometimes it doesn't work as you intend, or it just takes a lot of fiddling around to make it seem like it works. So 3. Let's bring that down. And then 3. Resync it. Get rid of storyboards. It's never gonna look good because the bodies doesn't move. So, yeah. I'm just looking at the steps right now. Whether or not, like, as she walks, if it makes sense. I think it's pretty good. But I can shimmy it a little bit. But yeah, I know what you mean that day. I have to animate a little bit more, so, you know. Now we'll get rid of them. Boop. And then go into tents. And then lumber rustlins. Okay. Hey, we did it on time. Cool. But yeah. So for next time, we'll have to either make this into a walk cycle and then we just animate that to be good, or we'll have to make that duplicate, and or it could make it, thinking ahead, we could it might work if we do the parenting system, where if I add something, if I add a box, I'm just going to do this real quick to see if it works. That's the same Bibble color. Oh, I might have froze. Okay, we're good. Solid color. Blue. Oh, there. Ah. Sweetie Belle Head Master. So if I connect, well, it doesn't really work because that's that. I have to connect it to the body and then have the head, because the head's already one piece. I don't need a master for the head, so make this for the body instead. Okay, so everything but the head. Get rid of head. Head had leg as well, so that's not good. Let's move everything down. Head's there. That's there. What is this then? Get rid of that. Okay. Yeah. I'm noticing more flaws in this as I go. But anyway, let's get the neck to be connected to the body. So, or the backpack. So every time that I move this, it moves the backpack as well. But I can move the backpack independently. And then we can connect everything else to it. So the legs and bits to this layer. So then I can move this. And it doesn't move what leg? This leg. Let's put that on top then. So now it moves the head for some reason. It's because the head is still connected. Yes, it is. I thought I did that. Okay. Well, let's cut that out. Put that there. Get rid of the keyframe. Okay. Now this should be. This is. That's that. Shouldn't move the head. The head is not connected. Remove parent. That moves the body. That moves the body. That moves the head. Okay. And then, then I would just need to animate this to like move up and down or whatever else I seem fit with this. Doesn't quite work, but we could like move it down and then squish it down and then move the head to move down as well, and then it becomes that. So instead of having everything here having a keyframe every time like this, I could just have basically just this and move it around and then keyframe only that layer. It saves time on the more complex, where if the head was split up on like this level. But yeah. And it makes things a little bit simpler just to animate it this way either. So get rid of that, and then once I get that as an animation, then I might be able to just do it as maybe just duplicate it then to be just a walk cycle, so then it doesn't have this extra information, and then loop that instead, kind of a thing, and then do it for both of them. Yay! So yeah, we'll have more work cut off for us, as well as the entire rest of the animation, as well as everything else that's back here that we didn't do. Like we didn't quite do the sun, lost my timeline, or the sky changing, a lot more stuff. So I can show what we got, and then yeah, we can break off. But yeah, there we go. And Uploom does her wood flip, yay! And we got walk off. They come in, they walk in, and then the rest of it where they get marshmallows, and then they go into tent. Uploom does its fire, and then it resets. There we go. Okay, so I don't see it as being done in a very timely fashion. Unfortunately, everything that I've kind of explained in with that last little bit of the walking cycle will be fairly complex. But I think just trying to figure out how I should do it. It's probably the most complex part of it. Usually, it's just like trying to narrow it down, of like having a bunch of plans and then just figuring out like I think that one will work. Usually takes longer than actually doing it at some point. So it's coming along. I know we only did a little bit, but a lot of that was just making stuff. So if you're more interested in the animation, then you gotta understand that these things take time of trying to make things first and then animate it. Especially if it's just even only reusing stuff. Like a lot of this has been reusing assets that I made. Like the Halloween one had the wax cycle that I wanted, but I still had to like put it in and then tint it and then make sure it's in the right layers and then as well as animate it as well. So even though I had the parts to make it, I simplified it where I already made something beforehand. I still had to like put it in and execute all that as well. So it just saves like that little bit instead of everything else. So, but yeah, I know like last summer sometime I said like it should be done before March. I don't know, because in each time it's like I'm finding more things or like to do, or like I'm finding more things like details to add. So, or it gets more complicated than I originally thought. So, but yeah, I'll go to church time and then we'll hang out for like a little bit. I know people are already gone, so won't make this too long then. But yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome back. Let me get some water. Yeah. So hope you guys are like the Derpy movie, or at least the prologue that you've seen. Wanted to get a sneak preview of what the next part look like. What it'll look like is the train one that I did in January. I had a live stream in January where I did a little walk around of the 3D set of the train that I did. I will add more detail into it. Even today I was just like, oh, I could add some lamps or like make the scenery background look better. So that's what I've been doing. At least just today. I've only worked for like a couple hours, but I got a lot done in that. So yeah, I'm not sure. I can never really say like a for sure like deadline or upload date for all these parts. This part just when I basically just say, hey, it's pretty good, or like when I'm happy with it, or like I usually have like a to-do list, or like as I like watch, or like I can watch it and then watch it and see like, oh, that could be improved, or what about this, or something like that, or so like if my either mental, I write down notes of things to fix or add. Once that to-do list is done, then I'll move on. So right now there's a lot of things. I was only able to like work on like maybe like 2 or 3 shots that today, just because I only worked for like a little bit, but each bit needed a lot more detail into it. But yeah, that's about much as I can really get into that. It's got to take some time, but hopefully not as long as the 2 months you had to wait for, or I guess the 2 years you had to wait for a prologue. It should be a little bit shorter than the 2 years you have to wait. Should come out in maybe a month or a month and a half, around. Probably a month and a half is probably going to be probably like the average of when they will come out. I'm trying to prioritize it. Probably, I can't even say it. I'm going to make sure that I put this project on the top of my to-do list as much as I can. So, look out for that. probably market it a little bit better, because I know this time it was just like, here it is. So if you weren't subscribed, then you probably wouldn't know about it. So, and there was NEQD for fun. That was fun to see it on there. But probably have to figure out ways to avenues to market it a little bit better. So if you guys, want to help, you can spread the word and try to get people to watch the video. That'll really help. Just getting like 1 or 2 viewers, if everyone does it, then that'll add up. So, I put way too much effort into all this. But thank you for all the views for the prologue and your nice words. And your criticisms. Thank you for that too. Then I can see what areas to improve on is just as important as getting a nice, it's getting those nice comments of like, you really helped me out or stuff like that. So, always spread the good word of Greenwater. Thank you. But yeah, that'll help everyone else too to do that. I think that's about it. A lot of noises going around now, so I'll see what's up with that. But yeah, thanks much for watching. Again, streams are Tuesdays and Thursdays, America time. 4 to, I guess, 5 PST. So whatever that'll be for you. Get one of those time calculators. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your 30 or so hours before we meet again. Yeah. See ya. Thank you.